Good evening. I want to tell you a story, the story of my personal hero, my grandmother, Melanie. She was born 120 years ago, and she lived very long, so I was fortunate enough to know her. Melanie was the daughter of Simon. Her father was a refugee. His family was starving in the countryside of Maastricht, and Brussels was their only chance to survive. Simon left school when he was a kid, when he arrived to Brussels, and he became a tailor. He made costumes for the tramway drivers. But eventually, he became a successful business owner. And his beloved daughter, Melanie, became a primary school teacher. I remember when I was a kid, she was telling me about her youth, about her pupils, and about her passion for education. I remember also spending hours with her doing crosswords, and she taught me the importance of picking the right word. Melanie became a teacher 100 years ago, and that year, education became compulsory for all kids here in Brussels and Belgium. Think about it, it's only 100 years or 4 generations ago. That very same year, there was a project that opened at the Jubilee Park here in Brussels, the Cinquantenaire, which is today the garden of the European institutions. And that project was called Palais Mondial. You see it here right behind me, the World Palace. You have to imagine 10,000 square meters, hundreds of rooms, thousands of illustrations that were all dedicated to knowledge and access to information. And the crown jewel of the Palais Mondial was this room. This room was called le Répertoire bibliographique universel. This room was made of wooden furniture, which contained millions of index cards, handwritten index cards that were cataloging the entire world knowledge. 18 million index cards, all written by hand by a small team of motivated people. Actually, 3 friends built the Palais Mondial: Paul Hotelet, Léonie Lafontaine, and her brother, Henry. They spent all their money on this project. By the end of it, they were ruined. They spent their entire active life building the Palais Mondial. 50 years, 50 years of working together to make that dream a reality. These friends were not alone. They got the support from Andrew Carnegie, who was kind of the Bill Gates of the early 20th century. They got visit from famous influencers, like the physicist Marie Curie, like the Emperor of Japan. The purpose of this entire palace was to achieve peace through education and equal access to knowledge. And that's why Henri Lafontaine got the Nobel Prize for Peace. But they were also advocating for women's rights, because at the time, women did not have the right to vote. They were also advocating against colonialism, unlike most of the establishment of their time. They were also pioneers. In 1934, so that's almost 90 years ago, Paul Hotelet wrote a book in which he is describing the functioning of video conferences. So he's talking about Zoom, he's talking about Google Meet. At a time, there's barely any television here in Belgium. Can you believe that? And yet, these people built a paper internet 3 generations before Wikipedia was built. But if you go to the Cinquantenaire today, if you go to this Jubilee Park, you will see nothing left from this project, as if it never existed. Absolutely no trace. Some people say Brussels is a shithole. They say it's a place for the uprooted. I could not disagree more with them. I love this city. I love our city. I love my city. I am proud of these pioneers of information technologies who were crazy enough to build a huge paper internet 500 meters away from where European institutions are located today. Does Brussels need a reset? Well, I think it deserves a new deal. Europe, Belgium, should be proud of their capital city. We should be proud of this city. And we should be proud of our roots, because only roots will give us the wings to fly in the future. So, what do? Let's make the Jubilee Park, the Cinquantenaire, again a hub for education, equal access to information, and world peace. Let's invite all teenagers of Europe to spend a week or 2 there and meet with their fellow Europeans. Let's build a huge representation of the world as a tribute to the Palais Mondial, to this wonderful world palace, but also as a tribute to the diversity of Brussels, as a tribute to the beauty of this planet and how important it is to preserve it. Let's teach our kids here in the schools of Brussels, in English, in French, in Dutch. Let's make all languages of the European Union official languages of this city. That would have been the dream of the 3 co-founders of the Palais Mondial. That would have been the dream of my personal hero, my grand-grandmother, Melanie. So let's make that dream a reality. Thank you.